time for a new update, and today I have my good friend Nancy Joy Hefron. You know, I'm always talking about Nancy Joy, so now you get to see who she is, Nancy.
Hello.
And she's down here visiting with me this weekend, and we do this about every year. We get together and kind of channel for each other and hang out and do girl things, so we're having a lot of fun. But during our talk this morning, we got new revelations, and that happens every time we get together. So we wanted to share those with you as our weekly update for this week. So you want to get started?
Yeah. Okay, I will start. I got really excited just thinking about, we all say we're God creators. We all say we're creating a new reality, but nobody really describes it. You know, what's it like? What's it feel like?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So we had a lot of fun talking about this morning, and we said, let's do a video and share it. So
Right.
My first number one in my new reality is that every single being will be connected to their source.
In the new reality.
In the new
So
reality.
we're talking about what we see,
Right.
new reality after 2012.
Yeah, after 2012.
Yeah.
That was my number one. What was
Yeah.
your number one?
Well, what's going to be crazy is how quickly we manifest what's ever inside of us. So I think we're going to see the systems changing rapidly, and it's all going to be based on what we feel is possible. And so whatever we have left behind, you know, the fears we've left behind, we will not manifest those again. So say we want to go to a one world society, but we can manifest that society in a more positive way by people being able to have the connection to their oneness with everyone else, but still maintain their individuality.
Yeah.
So in other words,
Sovereignty.
we won't end up with a one world government in which we all have given up control in order to attain security, because we'll realize that our security comes from within, not from outside of us. We'll be able to maintain our individuality, which means we can still have a difference of opinion, but we just won't necessarily resort to fighting.
That's good. It's a one world. We're all connected, but we are all individuated.
Yeah, and everybody is able to, and everybody's consciousness is the understanding of, you are my mirror.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm fighting about with you, I'm fighting that part of me.
Yeah.
And that's just like part of the new belief systems.
So you won't struggle when something
Yeah.
comes up. You know,
Exactly.
it'll be like, oh, okay, this is an opportunity. We're
Yeah.
creating a new reality. This is the opportunity.
What are you trying to teach me?
Yeah. Oh, no.
What
So,
are you trying to show me
How
about
many
me?
times do we hear anyway, and I'm sure you do,
Yeah.
when is the lesson over? I've done this and I keep doing it and I keep, well, you know what? Hey, it's not. This is the fun, actually, if you can shift your, number two for me, and we talked about this morning, would be changing your thought forms.
Right, right. And we're starting to do that now.
We are starting to, but it's difficult because we don't think like God creators,
Yeah.
basically. We think like
Humans.
dominated human beings who we don't deserve it. We'll never have enough. There's always a lack. We're never good enough. We're never pretty enough.
Right. And we're always a victim.
And we're always a victim.
And we react in fear to things.
Yeah.
And what seems to be happening now, ever since this big dimensional shift we talked about last week that happened as a result of the inauguration, because the inauguration represented a new timeline shift, because we ended up with a president who himself represents integration, the fact that he's black and white, regardless of his politics or his agenda. That's what he represented.
Sure.
And you could feel that shift, you could feel that healing that occurred. So we're like on a new path now. But as a result of that, and starting just prior to that, people started having some of their biggest lessons come up. I mean, huge challenges. And we were talking about it this morning. You got yours and I've got mine. But what is going on is that it's forcing us to be able to deal with it, to move into the higher perspective and live in that perspective more. And as we were getting this morning for the big challenges we've got going,
Yep.
they're saying you've got to think like the Creator God, or live in that higher way of thinking 70% of the time.
At least.
Right now we're at about, what, 10%?
Maybe. The best of us.
The best of us.
The best of us.
10%.
Yeah.
Now we've got to go all the way to 70%.
In 2.5 years.
In 2.5 years. And they're saying, you know, if you're going to get onto the highest level of this ascension process, a ninth dimensional perspective where, you know, your life ends up being safe and you're secure and everything flows for you, you got to get to 70%.
Yeah. And it's
So you
doable.
live in that. So basically you're stepping into the role of your soul, and you're learning to act like the soul who knows it's a creator God, rather than thinking like the 3D human.
Right.
So we're going to go from 5 or 10% of being able to hold that perspective to 70% between now and 2012. So all the big challenges that hit you are going to force you to stay in that to be able to clear
To
them.
come through.
And they're all illusions anyway.
And yeah, but just this is kind of exciting because this is, you know, we're here, we're saying, what new reality do we want to create? This is it, one where we're God creators.
Right, right.
You know, hey? So, you know, a lot of people, when we get on this subject, they're creating a world of peace and harmony and love and Mother Earth. And you know what? I want all that, and I believe we're going to have all that. But really, what we need to create inside ourselves, where the split is, where we're wounded, where we're not one, where we're not connected to all of that. That should be priority number one. Otherwise, you're putting the cart way
Right.
before the horse.
So as we learn to be in that higher perspective 70% of the time, what comes out of that is that reality where things are more peaceful and they flow and they work better. So Nancy and I, we're going to be here working with you for the next 3.5 years. We're going to be your anchors.
Yeah, it's
And
not
keep
too big a
reporting
job, huh?
on the situation as it evolves through our weekly messages, and you know, hopefully be way showers, because God knows, you know, we've been trained to do that and had our butts kicked enough, and we'll be walking right beside you. You know, we'll be going through our stuff like you're going through your stuff. So we hope this has helped you, and you know, it'll seem like it's a little scary, but and it will be, but all that stuff it's just the fears coming up inside of us, and we cannot clear something if it doesn't come up.
Right.
So it's going to be a very interesting ride for the next 3 years, and we'll
And
be
so
right.
start now.
Yeah,
Start now. You're creating now.
whatever issue's going on in your life right now, it's there to catapult you to this next level.
Yeah.
So
See?
you take care. There we go. First
Validation.
one. They're
Yep.
calling in. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.